Good morning, everybody. Danny Shea, back from camping. Woohoo! Dang, it was fun. And a little eye-opening. Had just walked by some people with their MAGA hats, and some of the campers had Trump flags flying, and here I'm trying to get away from all that, and I run into it. And if I want to promote peace and calm and in an environment where everybody works together, I got a lot of work to do. Because I look at those guys with the MAGA hats and I don't have good thoughts. And it seems like, we're just butting heads. We don't get to see the other person's point of view. And I guess that makes sense because I think their point of view is racist and mean-spirited, and it's not rooted in any kind of truth. And I can go on, but I'm going to stop because my way is right. But it's not my way. It's not my way is right. But it is. But anyway, the card that I pulled last night, many paths. Many paths. I'm the center one right there, and that's the right one to go on. All these other paths, don't get on them. Anyway, so many paths to go to the light. So we have to be a little tolerant of other people's opinions. Try to find the commonality of it. I don't know. I'm just as lost as all of us. So. Anyway, it's early in the morning, so I may repeat myself. Thank you all for the comments and the name changes, the name suggestions. I am going to keep Bathrobe Tarot at least till the end of this COVID thing, this kind of lockdown, staying at home for too long. Just because I can't go out and I'm in my bathrobe a lot of times. So I'm just going to leave it. And for those who say bathroom tarot, please, come on, that's stinky. Other things. Oh, and my COVID hair. Yeah, I'm not going to cut it unless my wife does it, and yikes. Have you seen our dog? She cuts the dog's hair. She may do a good job. But anyway, I'm starting to get used to it being long. We'll see. Let's talk a little bit about when I can get out of my robe and into real clothes. So let's look at the school issue and miss all the news that I miss Betsy DeVos. What? We're opening up schools no matter what. Let's just take a look at that again, because things go so fast, things change, things are so fluid. In California, Newsom said, no, it's all going to be online. Other places are opening up, and they say, no, we're going to have online. We're going to have classrooms. And, you can make it a reasonable explanation why you need both. So let's just see health and safety. Health and safety. What do we need to know about sending our kids to school, health and safety wise? Give us some thoughts on what we can do to help that. Okay, here we go. Well, I got the Fool being crossed by the Emperor. I can make all sorts of correlations between the Fool and the Emperor, but let's just keep going. Ace of Swords, Hard Truth, Ten of Cups, families working together in balance. The Wish card, Nine of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So when I'm looking at this, let me see, you guys, okay, so when I'm looking at this, what I'm getting from the cards is it's being we're being fools to listen to the Emperor. We're taking this magical leap of faith, hoping that we're not going to fall into this chasm here, that we're going to sail over this thing. And it's being crossed by the Emperor that is saying, it's all good, just keep going. And that could be DeVos too. We're opening up. Do you have a plan? And we're opening up. It's just a foolish move to it. You have the Ace of Swords, which is bringing a sharp new clarity to things. The Ten of Cups is a family card, and it's all about balance. Nine of card, wish, I hope everything turns out okay. And then here you have the Knight of Wands. It's got messages. It's a younger energy. It's bringing in news. And he's looking over his shoulder. I'm going to keep going with this. Page of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. The Moon. And the Ace of Wands. So with this opening up the schools, I think I'm going to go back to this card. Many paths. There's a lot of different ways that we can do this. And at the base of the reading is truth. It's not being foolish, it's truth. It's not wish, it's truth. I hope. In other decks, this Ace of Wands is my Fred Flintstone. It'll just beat you over the head with news. So I go back to this card here of balance in the family. And so even though I'm not getting something super clear with this, except watch out for the news that comes up, that you think you have something in plan, you think you have, if the government is saying do something, you can't, when you're in a disaster, and I think We're in a disaster right now. You can't rely on the government. The government's not going to be there for you. That's why you need to have your own emergency kit. You know, if there's an earthquake, if there's hurricanes, floods, whatever. If you all have been in any of those, you know the government's not there. It takes a week, maybe longer. I volunteered for FEMA when Florida, it was about, 15 years ago, Florida had 3 hurricanes hit Florida, and 2 of them went on the exact same track. And those people down in Florida, they were suffering for a long time, and government wasn't there to help them as much as they wanted them to be. So with this school thing, maybe I need to focus the question a little bit better. And it's because it just showed that there was a lot of different ways. There was a lot of things that were going to come up. The Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, and then you had the Page of Cups, all bringing in some kind of news and truth. And so we have different socioeconomic families that some can do better than others. There's some that have one parent working, the other staying at home, homeschooling. That's ideal. Grandparents may be able to help. That's great. Aunties, uncles, okay, maybe. What about the families that have to have both parents working to put food on their table and to keep their mortgage, their rent? What about those people? What can you tell me about those people? What's their path forward? What do they need to think about? Well, I did shuffle. I did. Okay. 6 of coins. It's giving and receiving, but this money is all interconnected. It's so tight, and it's being crossed by the Empress, which tells me that there will be some government assistance. You've got the Sword of Truth. You've got shadow information in the past. You have the Queen of Coins up top. And you have the 7 of Coins. So with those people those families that are working so hard just to keep their heads above water, there's a giving and receiving here, but it's also really looking after your money with the 7 of Coins, really managing it correctly. Yes, we could get some government assistance for them with the Queen of Coins and the Empress, but the harsh truth here is that they're still not going to know what the right choice is, and they're still going to make some very difficult choices on what to do with their kids. I'm glad I could clear that up for you. Let's talk about something else. See if I can get a clearer answer. I think a lot of it's going to have to do with community schooling, but, community-based, like neighborhood stuff, where the neighbors come together. Anyway, let's talk about Bill Stepien. He's the guy that's taking over from Brad Pascal. Now I wonder, do they all get to drive Ferraris out there? Brad does. I mean, he looks like a KKK guy. Can I say that and not get in trouble? Oh, I'll probably get in trouble. Bill Stepien does not. He was the guy, Chris Christie's, worked for Chris Christie in Bridgegate. He got fired for shutting down a bridge or a freeway going to New York, causing massive traffic jams. How is Bill Stepien going to affect the Trump campaign? Oh. So at the center of the reading, it's 3 cups. Coming together, working together as a team. Well, that's the first card. It's being crossed by the Ace of Wands, which is new news coming out. The bottom is the Ace of Cups, new emotional starts. And in the past, as it relates, is the 2 of coins, balancing, doing a lot of balancing and juggling. And yes, he is underwater. At the top is loss, 5 of coins. In the potential near future, Ace of coins. Look at all them aces. All this new beginnings. Look at that. All that new beginnings. So yeah, he's going to bring in a lot of energy, right? He's going to get people to try to work together. He is going to try to bring some new money in, and he may do that. New emotional starts. People are going to go, okay, to try to get him underwater. But over at the top of the reading is still that 5 of coins loss. So let's just see if we can pull this out, because that was a snapshot of today. Let's see if we can pull this out a little bit to how's it going to be? How's he going to do in 2 months? Bill Stepien. Talk to me about Bill Stepien. What can you tell us? Where's he going to be in 2 months? Bill Stepien. Can y'all see that? It's the 6 of Swords. That's him going bye-bye. Or is it Donald Trump going bye-bye? Queen of Wands. The Fool. Ace of Wands. Well, I'm not going to dig into this too much because, it could be, we could look at this a couple different ways. Anyway, 6 of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. You have the Queen of Wands. A female energy that is bringing forth some news that is, it's just, I'm not sure who this woman is that crosses this 6 of Swords. But you have the Fool and the Emperor at the base and at the top. I wonder who that could be. Let me think on that for a little bit. You have the Ace of Wands in the past as it relates, and then you have the Wish card. So I'm getting that whatever this Queen of Wands is, whoever this Queen of Wands is going to stop that wish from coming true. He's going to be leaving because of some new news. And the Emperor and the Fool, one and the same in this poll. Maybe he's leaving. I keep wishing, and it's really hard to read. It's really hard to read on this stuff because I am highly emotionally invested in what I want to see as the outcome. And that does not make a good tarot reader. It's just, we're looking at this through our filters. So, speaking of filters, here's my notebook. Where are we? 21. Good. Mary Trump's book. I saw some interviews. Who was it? ABC, George Stephanopoulos, whatever his name is. He goes, well, people are going to say that you wrote this for money. And he asked her that like 3 times. And she finally said, well, of course, I'm a Trump. Everything Trumps do is all about money. Okay. One of the things that I said early this morning with Sunday with Spirit was about John Lewis. We lost a lot of great civil rights activist leaders. Yesterday, for example, Lewis and C.T. Vivian. Now, I didn't really know C.T. Vivian except, from people go, oh yeah, we lost him too. And I go, oh, okay. And when I saw him getting the Medal of Freedom from Obama, and his face was just beaming. That was just special. That emotional meeting time. It was so. We have all this stuff going on with Black Lives Matter. Who is going to step up? Who is going to step up? And who's going to try to stop them from stepping up? So I am hopeful, and I am hoping that I am going to be the one that's going to be supporting them instead of going, oh my God, they're trying to tear down the country. The product of the late 60s, early 70s Vietnam War, there was so much protest going on there, and it's kind of a mirror time, isn't it? All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Fauci. And he said there's going to be an anti-vaccine by 2021. Is that true? I'm going to switch decks. Hang on. Okay. Using my Los Scaribo deck. All right. Fauci. Let's just talk about Fauci. How's he going to do? What's he thinking? Is he going to hang in there? I mean, it's so silly. Trump's going, yeah, well, he didn't tell me the right thing. You don't tell us the right thing either. How dare you comment on somebody not telling you the truth when in one interview he said, and I'm going to not quote him directly, but he said, I am not mandating masks and taking away people's freedoms. Remember the seatbelts? When we had to start wearing seatbelts, I remember that same thing. You're taking away my freedom, man. But then in the next sentence, he goes, but I think masks are really good to wear. I'm like rewinding my VCR. What'd you say? It's big VCR decks. It's funny. Dr. Fauci, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Talk to us. What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? We're on a little journey. Tarot is the fool's journey, and we are on a foolish journey. Don't know where it's going to go, where it's going to lead to. Thank you, Dr. Fauci. We appreciate that information. Can you give us a little bit more? Oh, it's going to be a wild ride yet. Because there's a lot of information that's still being hidden that we don't know. And it's not so much hidden information as we just don't know it yet. Science, once you kind of prove something with science, something's going to come around and disprove it. And you're going to have to reevaluate and change things up. This is that card. It's not that the science is bad. It's that we don't understand medicine in the human body that well. It's called practicing medicine. So let's keep that in mind a little bit. That's in the past as it relates to the Eight of Cups. Walking away from loss. Certainly 140,000 is loss. At the top, the Knave of Swords. We have some truth coming here. We have some good news coming with that one. And it's going to be kind of like fast and kind of, what? Really? And we have the Apprentice card, the Three of Pentacles. Working hard. So, as we look down at this, I don't see any cards in here that say, well, this one's saying he could be leaving, but he's walking away from loss. But he's still going to be working at it. So he's still going to be there. He may be in the shadows. He's still working at it hard. Working with Trump was too much of a crazy, wild ride. He was bringing out truth, new information, and Trump didn't want to hear it. I see him leaving. Let's just keep going with this just a little bit. Let's just keep going with this. What more can you tell me about Dr. Fauci? He's working on some new ideas. And this is an overseas card, so maybe he's working with overseas people that are bringing in some new stuff, and he's checking them out. He's overseeing some things, not in the effect and not in the idea that he is directly involved, but he's looking at the research and all of that. And, it's still sad. It's still 4 cups, still crying over spilled milk. But look, I love this card too. You got 4 cups that are full, and you got another one being filled. You're just focusing on these 3. New emotional starts, and the Ace of Wands. New information coming out of really fiery, dark clouds. And if you don't pay attention, it'll beat you over the head like Freddie Flintstone. Yabba dabba doo. It's going to be good. It is going to be good. Let's just take a look at the base of it. Heartache. 9 of Wands, just getting beat up. The Devil. And so many choices. Let's go one more. Tower. Oh, yoy. Oh, yoy. So, what this reading is telling me is that he very easily could be leaving. I mean, he's out of the picture right now, not coming out and doing newscasts, but he is still working on things, bringing new starts, making sure that we are going to contain this virus as much as we can. But what we are not seeing in this deck, what's underneath, is the heartbreak, just being beat up by the devil in his big mouth, chained to this knucklehead. And who would that knucklehead be? Well, that's one of my cards for Trump, Illusion, Delusion. And I don't know, maybe I'm misreading it. Oh, Tower moment. No, I'm not. Dr. Fauci. Hang in there, buddy. So, I am at 32 minutes. I'm going to stop here. I could keep going. So, that's it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. And more importantly, thank you for your comments. And I appreciate you all, just keeping the comments positive. It's trying times. It's so hard. And it's going to get harder, But just know, we have many paths forward. Pick one that goes to the light. And maintain a cheerful attitude. Peace and love.